Alright. Hey guys, my name's Van back again, and today, welcome to Christmas month! That's right guys, I'm gonna do a review on a Christmas movie. Time to review on a classic Home Alone movie, Home Alone. Came in the year of 1990. So based on the plot, it tells the story of a What the? No! That's right. After watching this movie made me want to sue the living crap out of 20th Century Studios.
I'm asking you please a little help. Tell me you'll be there when I need somebody else. I need help. I need help.
Really? Disney Plus? Really? Disney Plus? Really? Disney Plus? Really? Disney Plus? This is how you follow up to Luca. And of course, this is your second bad Disney Plus movie I have ever seen in my life. Personally, guys, I would go watch the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie than this crap. And so yeah. So anyway, guys. Hey guys, my buddy's back again, and welcome to Christmas month. Oh boy, I have to start on something negativity. Alright guys, let's get this crap over with. So based on what the plot is, it tells the story of Max and his family Max and his family were gone to Tokyo, and then Max was all home alone, and then some burglaries trying to go to his house to get the doll, and the only thing I can describe it is that it's the same thing as the first movie, but done bad. Now guys, when it comes to the Home Alone movie franchise, I love the Home Alone movies. This movie was a master part of my childhood. And now guys, let me give you guys a backstory about when did I first discover this movie. I remember back in 2010 when I was still in middle school at the time. I remember when we were finished with all of our work, our schoolwork and all that, and then our teacher told us that our teacher said, "Okay, class, since all of you guys have finished all of your work, and since since all you guys got A's and B's, to celebrate for our final 2.5 weeks, we're going to watch Christmas movies." And all of our class were excited, and then for some reason our teacher popped in Home Alone, and then I was like, and then me and my brother were like, "What's Home Alone?" And then my teacher said, "It's a comedy movie. You will love it." And after watching this movie at my school, I surprisingly loved the movie. And over the years, you guys, Home Alone actually became one of my favorite Christmas classic movies of all time. And Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, that was even better than the first movie. It was so funny. And after watching the second Home Alone movie at my school, all my class were wondering we were surprisingly, did they make a Home Alone 3? Well, I want to watch that. And then my teacher said, "Well, there's one problem to that. All the actors from the first two movies, they were not in the third movie." And then and then all my classmates were like, "What? How can you make a Home Alone 3 movie without the original cast? That's just bullcrap." So, anyways, guys, and then I remember I watched Home Alone 3 on Netflix back in 2011, and after watching that movie was a piece of crap. Home Alone 4 was a piece of diarrhea. Home Alone 5 makes me want to jump. It makes me want to go to that big giant bridge from the movie Skyfall, shot myself with a BB gun and recreate the opening scene from Skyfall. But this movie is nothing but a piece of abomination, piece of crap. So anyway, guys, now let's get into the story. The story is the same thing as the first movie, but done bad. Now let's get into the characters. I have to say, guys, the characters were nothing but abominations. I would have to admit, the mom and the father were pretty good. Even his his siblings were pretty decent. But I would have to admit, guys, I like the part in the movie when their parents said that they were going to Tokyo, Japan. Now this isn't a joke, guys. My on my bucket list, I always want to go to Tokyo, Japan, because I want to try out their Japanese food, their Japanese food vending machines, their drink vending machines. Even I like to visit on the Pokemon store, because after all, because they have like a lot of Pokemon stores all over Japan, and I definitely want to. And I'm thinking about, and if I do go to Japan, I always want to go to like the Tokyo Disneyland in the Universal Studios Japan. So anyway, so let's get back to the plot. And so basically, Max was sitting in the car watching Looney Tune, watching the Wile E. Coyote and the Road Runner, which I would have to admit that scene was actually kind of cool because Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote and Looney Tunes is a classic. It's a classic Warner Bros. Show. It's part of my childhood. So basically, and then after that, crazy stuff happens, and then Max was home alone. Now let's get into the stupid stuff that Max was home alone. I like the part of how Max dressed up as a tuxedo, which every time when I see a person dressed up as a tuxedo, it always kind of reminds me of James Bond, because you know, like how like Daniel Craig dressed up like in these like fancy tuxedos and being like a special agent. It kind of reminds me of that, until that one scene when Max tried on some Blaze clothes, and my reaction was like, what the fudge? So basically, and then after that, the burglaries in this movie were atrocious. It's just the same thing as the first movie, but done bad. Even the trap scenes, oh god, let's talk about them. Now, when it comes to the Home Alone trap scenes in the climax of the movie, the traps in the first movie were hilarious, and I remember the first time I watched this movie at my school. This isn't a joke, guys. At my school, however, half of my classmates did see the Home Alone movie, and half of my classmates have not seen the Home Alone movie. Even me and my brother haven't seen them. And when we were watching the trap scenes, we were laughing our butts off. It was so funny. And at the end of the movie, we did thank our teacher for showing up that movie. And heck, that was the same year. Now, that was actually the same year that I watched the movie Elf, and we were laughing our butts off as well, because that was a funny comedy. And yes, guys, if you're wondering on when I first watched Home Alone, that was back in 2010. So I can't believe it's been 11 years since I saw Home Alone. Jesus Christ, when has that time gone? So basically, and now let's get into the trap scenes. The trap scenes were atrocious. I have to say this gotta be the cheapest and laziest trap scenes I have ever seen in a Home Alone movie. And even though back then I said that Home Alone 5 is the worst Home Alone movie in the franchise, I have to say this: Home Alone 6, Home Sweet Home Alone, this has to be the worst, stupidest trap scenes I have ever seen. Now I would have to admit that the trampoline scene, when the bird would jump on the trampoline that was on sideways, and he hit it and he smacked his head against the tree. I would have to admit that was actually kind of funny, but some of the scenes in the movie were so downright cringe in this movie. And so yeah, it was not, the trap scenes was not going all. I was basically cringing throughout the whole entire trap scenes. And on top of that, the thing that really pissed me off about this movie, this was actually the very first Disney Plus some that I watched on Disney Plus on my laptop. That's right. This was the very first Disney Plus thing that I ever watched on my laptop. But personally, guys, the very first thing I ever watched on Disney Plus when my good YouTube friend Party Player Preston actually let me borrow his cousin's account because what happened was is that back in 2020 when we were still in lockdown because of the pandemic I asked Party Player Preston if he has Disney Plus and he said no, but his little cousin has Disney Plus, and for some reason Preston was borrowing his cousin's account, and I said, "Hey Preston," and I texted him on Instagram. And I said, "Hey Preston, is it okay I can borrow? Is it okay with you?" And then he said, "Of course you can." And so but he did tell me that I had to stay on Preston's profile because it's his cousin's account, and he doesn't want me to create a profile on his cousin's account that I'm borrowing. But Preston did tell me once he gets a Disney Plus account of his own, he will give me his account, so now I'll make my own profile and that'll be awesome. But don't worry, guys, I will get my own Disney Plus account pretty soon, you guys. So don't worry, guys. Because as of right now, guys, the only streaming service accounts that I have of my own are Paramount Plus and Hulu. Those are the only two streaming services accounts that I have on my own because I got Paramount Plus since I think I got Paramount Plus since April May I think of this year because Paramount Plus did recently came out this year, and I got Hulu since 2019. So yeah. So basically, and now let's get into the worst scene of this movie, and that has to be when the kid was thinking that the burgers were gonna kidnap him, but for some reason they just came for the doll, and he said, "What doll?" And then the burger goes like, "Oh shoot, I think that's back at our house." And then the stupid thing about it is that the burgers apologized to Max, and then they let Max to stay at their house until the parents come home. When I first saw that scene, I was like, "What the fuck?" That didn't even happen in the first movie. Has the director seen the first two movies? Which I was so pissed off that you know what I did? I put two fists on the side on one side right, one on the left side. The middle was my laptop, and the other side was my fist. And I slammed my fist like down, and it was like, okay, this is the stupidest scene I ever seen in this entire movie because this had to be the worst scene I ever seen in the entire movie. After watching that scene, it felt like the director who directed this movie did not make this scene. And then at the end of the movie, Max's parents came home, and then when they got home, all the Max's mom saw everything destroyed, and then Max did explain everything, and then a year later they celebrate Christmas once again, and that was the end of the movie. And also I bet every people's reaction to this movie, they were like, "Oh, thank God this movie was over." But guess what? My reaction? This is Inside Fans No Time to Die stupid heartless friend in a nutshell, because that was the worst friend I ever seen this year. But my reaction? I was applauding! I was like, "Woo! Yes! Finally! This piece of crap is over!" And also, after I watched this movie, you guys, I actually watched the classic Mickey Mouse cartoon Pluto's Christmas Tree to get the special out of my head. So, guys, after watching this movie, I have to say this is even worse than the fifth movie. Because I have to say, after watching this movie, I just want the Home Alone franchise to be done and over with. Because they shouldn't end the Home Alone franchise after the second movie. But ever since the third movie, it just got worse and worse. It got worse. It got bad since the third movie. It got worse during the fourth movie. It got even more worse in the fifth movie, because the fifth movie, the kid in the poster looks like a pedophile. But in this movie, it gets so much worse. And the thing that kind of pissed me off is that the actor who played as Max, however, he was the same actor who played as the main character in the 2019 movie Jojo Rabbit, which I haven't seen Jojo Rabbit. I've seen bits of clips of it on YouTube, but I already got way more awesome reviews than this crap. So all guys, my final rating for Home Sweet Home Alone, I have to give this movie a 0 out of 10. My Pub Marshall's seal of fire Christmas fartness. And not only that, this movie goes on my naughty list and it gets cold this year. So, yeah, that's my review on Home Sweet Home Alone. So, hopefully I'll review something positive, you guys. I just want to review on something positive. I just want to review on something positive. Huh? What's this? Woo! Yes! I can review on something positive! That's right, guys. My next review is Jingle All the Way. Even though this movie did receive mixed reviews, it did have a cult following later on. So yeah, I cannot wait to review this movie. Review on this classic. But this movie can go fuck itself. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching my rant on Home Sweet Home Alone. Make sure if you like this rant, make sure you smash that like button, like and share with your friends. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on my notification bell so that way you'll be notified when I upload a new video or post something on my YouTube community tab. And also, please follow me on Instagram at MightyPlusFanboy. Thank you guys for watching and goodbye!
Thank you for watching.